Hi beauties. I don't like long videos and this is going to be a little longer video than normal, but I felt it was important. So I just want to get to the point of the video at the start. Bottom line, superficial tarot readings can trap you in a toxic loop of self-abandonment if you do not approach them with discernment and strong boundaries. While there is nothing wrong with wanting true love, your twin flame is meant to be the ultimate test of your self-love. It so easily becomes an addiction when we are searching for answers. These readings can keep us stuck in a loop of hope, confusion, and disappointment. I know this firsthand because I lived it. But I was able to find the answers and heal. And you can too. If any of that resonates with you, please subscribe to this page, turn on your notifications, and share in the comments what you want to get out of this platform or the type of advice you feel you need to finally break out of this loop. Tell me how you are seeking help on your self-love journey. I will be reading and responding to each one because it is my mission to help other women out of the situation and into their divinity. You can click off now if you're not interested in a long video. I know you don't know me yet, but I just want to share a little bit of my tarot story and how I can resonate with what you guys are being called to do at this time. I began becoming exposed to tarot while being on break from what I had believed was my twin flame relationship in 2019. At that point, I'd already been in a runner-chaser dynamic for 6 years. And actually, that was the year I decided I'd had enough and I was going to move on entirely. But things happened and eventually I got back into it at the end of that year. But the point is, when I initially started using tarot, it was there to help me when it felt like nobody understood my journey in life. Nobody cared enough to have deep conversations. Tarot was there, Tarot helped me heal and discover my self-worth as well as my destiny. There's no way around the role that it has played in my life. It served a purpose. In my darkest times, when no human soul was there to comfort me, even if I had a body next to me, tarot was there. But the truth is, it did become an addiction. I'd stopped dealing with it for a few years because it fell to the wayside after I removed myself from my twin flame relationship, or what I thought was my twin flame relationship. I got back into it when I came across someone who I had determined was my actual twin. And again, it served a purpose. But I began realizing that there was a loop going on. I was tired of hearing the same dynamic about how this person really has feelings for me and how they're scared to reach out and they're thinking about me and they're living in regret but just don't know how I will respond. While that narrative was kind of true on one level, I was aware that there was a deeper, darker reality going on. It got tiring to hear every day. Sometimes I would even get these fantasy love type of messages when I had already determined that this person was a psychopath. At the very least, a narcissist. That became very clear when I finally came across tarot readers addressing his severe problems. I'm thankful for those readers who told me the version of events that felt real. It became apparent to me that other readers were reading the cards and the energy very superficially. I began to disengage and unfollow them. I was tired of hearing the same narrative. I became suspicious of readers saying the exact same message every day and acting like it was a new person when it clearly was not. If I wasn't hearing that this person was a narcissist, had bad intentions, had ego problems, or betrayed me, then that reading just wasn't for me. Those fairy tale readings where this man magically became a good guy who recognized the error of his ways did not resonate with what I was energetically feeling and experiencing in real time. And I wasn't going to delude myself about that. I became drawn to readers who had a more realistic and eye-opening perspective that matched the actual behavior and energetic profile of the person I was dealing with. They were explaining dynamic psychology that I just couldn't grasp or understand on my own. They were explaining what I came to understand was an ego-driven person, while I was a heart and soul-driven person. When readers started illuminating that pattern for me in tarot, talking about the darkness of the situation I was in, light bulbs went off in my head. I got the breakthroughs that I needed to heal from that traumatizing experience. The readings that helped me were a reflection of my awareness. Each reader is not equally aware, and perhaps not intentionally, but they're just reading the cards at the level of consciousness that they're at. I appreciate the readers that started highlighting the nefarious, evil, and abusive nature of the dynamic I was dealing with. That grounded me in reality, and it helped me to see the pattern that was playing out. You see, the pattern that became obvious was a pattern I'd been living my entire life, and I'm willing to bet the same has been happening to you. Your twin flame is supposed to be your pot of gold at the end of the rainbow of a difficult life. If he can just act right, you will finally have your happily ever after, the one you deserve. Well, I'm here to tell you that your twin is the ultimate test before you step into your happily ever after. He isn't the solution. He is the test. If you go to the first video on this page, that is the test that I passed. The last day I spoke to my twin was April the 1st of 2026. Ever since I chose me, I've been rewarded with a new timeline that aligns with the highest version of myself, the person that I am meant to be, the person that takes the gems from her experiences and receives downloads to share with you. I want to empower other women to get out of these abusive dynamics and love themselves. I want to empower you to pass your test. So now is where I tell you some harsh truths. What we're dealing with is spiritual war. The twin flame dynamic is spiritual warfare. There is a pathway to get out of it if you want to. No one can pull you out of it but you. You have to want that for yourself. The alternative is ending up in a self-abandoning loop for the rest of your life, and that is not your destiny. I promise you, that is not your destiny. Chasing behind a man, waiting for a man, and abandoning yourself is not your destiny. It doesn't matter if it's your twin flame or not. If they're showing up in a way that is harming you, that is a lesson. That is a karmic, not destiny. And you must choose yourself. You must understand that twins are mirrors. So if either of you or both of you have not done the healing work, you will never be able to have a functioning relationship. Not the one that you're sacrificing yourself for. You will only have one that will continuously mirror back to you the deep work you are avoiding doing until you listen to what your soul is trying to reveal to you. And the experience will get more and more harsh until you finally break down and have no choice but to leave. And that's putting it the nice way. There are many disturbing outcomes that can come from dealing with a man that is clearly out to destroy you. I don't want them for you. I'm here to help you discover why you matter more than you realize. I'm here to show you why choosing you from your heart and soul is the key out of this cycle you've been living and the only way to achieve sacred union. Because the truth is, the divine masculine you've been searching for out there is actually your inner divine masculine. You've been outsourcing your own power, your protection, your validation, and your authority to people who can never love or protect you because you refuse to love and protect yourself. And this is exactly why the universe is cutting the cord right now. Look at the massive anger and controversy over tarot readers suddenly shutting down their pages, redirecting the energy of their readings, or simply taking control of the narrative around their channels. If you are angry at readers choosing what is best for them, see it for what it truly is: a forced divine intervention. The universe is stripping away your crutch because it's time for you to do your own spiritual work. If you are angry at readers choosing what is best for them and what they're being spiritually led to do, that is a sign and a calling for you to do your spiritual healing and your spiritual work. It is a sign that you have room to grow. It is a good sign because now you can actually listen to it and move further in your journey. Nothing is being taken away from you because these videos already exist. The readings are timeless and there are many of them available to you. We're not meant to stay stuck in energy. Energy is free flowing, constantly transitioning and moving, and so we are meant to do the same. Here's some more uncomfortable truths. I know tarot readers come off like friends and comfort in challenging times, but you cannot keep people trapped in misery or stuck in low frequencies with you. That's not fair to ask them to sacrifice their spiritual journey because you are comfortable where you're at. Please understand that these readers are channeling and being bothered by obsessive, abusive, controlling, and demonic energies. That is draining and it is a huge sacrifice to ask them to channel every day while pretending that the message is a brand new revelation. We have to learn to let people go. We have to learn to stop trying to control others. It is those two lessons that people refuse to learn that is most likely the reason why they have been habitually watching tarot readings in the first place. Many people are most likely upset with these readers because it's forcing them to have to look at themselves. It's forcing them to make the choice of whether they're willing to stay the same or grow. I understand growth is scary. I understand that you have become dependent on these readings and have been surviving off hope that things will change. I'm here to tell you that things will not change in your life until you change. And it all starts with your mentality. If this message resonates with you and you're ready to face the hard truth, join me on this journey of self-discovery, self-respect, self-love, and self-awareness. It is okay to be lost, in pain, or confused, beauties. I've been there, and I'm here to share the knowledge I've gained to help you heal. Drop your story, your struggles, or what you're looking to get out of this platform in the comments below. I'm reading and responding to all of them because I really want to build a real community here. If you are dealing with a sensitive situation and prefer to connect privately, you can reach out to me directly at brealexandersthoughts@gmail.com for personalized consultation services. Let's raise the frequency of the world together. Welcome.